5W and 1H, that is how to define a problem correctly. So if we want to solve a problem, then we need to know or understand the problem first, and if we want to understand the problem, then we first need to define the problem correctly. So this 5W and 1H is a method of defining a problem in a well structured manner. So in this video we're going to understand this concept of 5W 1H. So don't skip any section of this video and watch the video till the end. Hello and welcome to yet another video series from Digital E-Learning, your one-stop solution for all your learning needs. Have you ever had a problem that kept reoccurring again and again? Reason is that you have not defined the problem correctly. Many organizations and even the well-trained resources fail to prevent the reoccurrence of the unwanted events because they treat the symptoms instead of the underlying causes. Let us look at some of the famous quotes on the importance of defining the problem correctly. A problem well stated or well defined is a problem half solved. This comes from Charles Kettering. If I had an hour to solve a problem, I would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. Albert Einstein. If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 4 hours sharpening my axe. That is from the Abraham Lincoln. Crux of the matter is that you need to define the problem correctly. Defining a problem before trying to solve is really important if you really want to solve the problem and want to be efficient as well. Try to state the problem in sentences. This will actually help you. A single sentence forces you to extract the main problem from the potential complex situation and make the problem statement into a question form. Turning the problem statement into questions opens the mind to many possibilities. 5W and 1H is an acronym for what, when, who, where and why and how. It is used both in problem solving and in project planning. This method consists of asking a systematic set of questions to collect all the data that is necessary to draw up the report of the existing situation with the aim of identifying the true nature of problem and describing the context precisely. So when you are using this 5W and 1H approach for problem solving, you address each of the W's and H and you will have a better understanding of the problem. Like, what has happened? When did it happen? Why did it happen? Where has it happened? Who were involved or affected? And how did it happen? Let us look at in more detail. So the first W that we have is what. It is mostly related to the concept and asks questions like what needs to be improved, what is being presently done, what actually should have been done, what else can be done, and what are the targets for completion. These are some of the what that you can ask. And the next is the when, which talks about this element is all about time stamping the occurrence of an issue or a problem. Having an understanding of the time of the occurrence could actually help us in sequencing the trigger and the impact of the issue or the problem. Like, when did this event occur? The third W is the who. This is about identifying the people who may be directly or indirectly involved in causing or contributing to the cause or the problem. Like, who were involved or affected because of this incident. The fourth W, it refers to asking question related to location or pinpoint to the location or a place of occurrence, and hence could help in identifying the people and other things present in the existing at the location which could have contributed to the occurrence of issue or problem, and ask questions like where it is implemented, where should have it been implemented, where else it can be implemented. The next is the fifth why, that is why. It basically asks questions clarifying why the issue or problem occurred. It aims to identify the trigger or rationalize the occurrence of an issue or a problem. It is often asked 5 times so that we can get to the root cause of the problem. So these are the 5 W's. Now let us shift to H. So the first H is how. How did it happen? It examines the sequence of things and triggers and how this the resultant problem or issue unfolded. So we ask question like how did this event happen? Then there is another variant of H, that is how much, which is common usually used in businesses, and asks question like how much. It indicates basically the quantity, volume or size that affects the cost. Let's take an example. Let us consider that your car is giving a poor gas mileage. Now consider that you have to ask these questions to examine that what is the problem behind that your car is getting poor gas mileage. We will start with who. Who noticed the problem first? Who is driving the car? What? What changed between the previous setting and the last time? Do we have a new gas station? Did we change the oil? Is there any maintenance issue in the car? If yes, then what is the magnitude of the change that we are expecting? In this case, also we can ask all these questions. Then comes the when part. When did the gas mileage get worse? When was it get noticed first? Where has the car been driving? Is there any new route that we have followed? Or we are deviating from the previous route where a car was driving earlier? Now, are we trying to divert from the new route? Next, we are going to ask is why. So probably we are going to ask this question 5 times to arrive at the root cause. So why did this change occur? Explain any why different gas was being used. Is it because of the lack of availability of this from the previous station? Or why did we change the route? Or is there a new driver that is driving the car this time? Finally, you want to ask how. How was the problem noticed? How did the condition that led to the change that happened? And how much is the impact of this thing? Is it going to impact financially more than the last time? Let us look at some of the benefits of using this technique. So the whole process is quite simple. I mean, people can understand the approach as is apparent from the term and its definition. There is no special training that is required for this to be given to people to successfully ask these questions. It helps to take the problem-solving approach more systematic. One can ask all the questions every time to gain success in looking at the problems from all the angles. The key to success is always to ask questions each and every time. 5W1H is very versatile. That is another advantage of this approach. It can be used to address any kind of problem as the questions can be tailor-made according to each situation. It can be used equally well to design a new process as well as to implement a corrective measure to the existing one. It is quite comprehensive and give a good overview of a problem. The method can be used to obtain a 360-degree view of a problem and help one to address all the key aspects. And once the 360-degree view of a problem is taken into consideration, one can decide the resolution route. These questions are universal and can be applied to many different situations and can be also used on solving many different life-saving problems. If we talk about the applications of 5W and 1H, so it helps to identify the potential problems. It questions a process or a product for process of gaining new ideas. It helps to identify a breakthrough opportunity for process improvement, to discover overlooked issues or causes which we don't discover every day, to remove the unwanted waste of process by improving the process overall. So these are some of the applications of 5W and 1H. Let's do a quick summary of 5W and 1H. So this 5W and 1H method is the outstanding method to better understand and delineate a situation, provided it is controlled properly and used wisely. It provides an effective solution to a problem encountered and helps to create a positive and continuous improvement. So that is all I have on this video. See you soon in my next video.